Hi, and welcome back to Golden Guild Gaming. This is actually the first episode of Guild Wars, and it's funny because we have a very special guest, and it's not Chris.
Hello.
That's Avery. That is my second eldest brother from the Sokolowski family, and we have Injustice 2, which is quite the fighting game. And before about 5 minutes ago, when we did our practice match, I don't want to go into single player. Don't know what I was doing. Before we did our practice match a second ago, I had never played it. So can you explain what it is a little bit?
Well, if you've ever played Mortal Kombat, it's very similar to that. It's made by the same makers, NetherRealm Studios, that made Mortal Kombat X. It is a side-scroller fighting game based on superheroes.
And I've played the first Injustice, but I don't know much about the story to this. Is it similar where it's like in an alternate world where the good guys are bad guys and the bad guys are good-ish guys?
Yeah, basically. The story is the Joker, in the first Injustice game, the Joker drugged Superman into basically nuking Metropolis. So Superman went crazy and killed Joker, and now he wants to kill all the bad guys, and Batman doesn't agree with killing, so it ends up as a good guy versus good guy.
Batman doesn't agree with killing. Batman just agrees with dealing extreme permanent damage and making it so that they will never be able to walk again.
Well, you see Superman, you see this guy at the bar, Superman is okay with just throwing people like that.
Okay then. I didn't even see that it was a person. I was expecting you to reach back and grab the bartender. That didn't help me very much. I didn't even know what I threw. I'm an extremely large gorilla. Isn't this...
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, isn't this game about a bunch of the villains and some of the good guys? Oh yeah, the controllers are making noise, by the way. I don't know if that's recording on the mic. But about, a bunch of the good guys and bad guys basically, teaming up with Brainiac and helping him screw stuff up.
So in the first game, it was about good guys versus good guys because Superman created what was called the Regime. And in this game, Gorilla Grodd
I should check my moves.
and Brainiac organized the bad guys into what's called the Society. And the Society is trying to destroy Earth pretty much to get to
I just want to ground pound.
and Supergirl.
Let me be Donkey Kong. That's all I want in my life. I don't need any of this superhero crap. I just want to play from the other end of the original Super Mario game.
It's Winston's older brother.
Hi there.
Hi there.
That is, something that I can never get tired of and is, the best thing to do in Overwatch. Because Winston is, if you don't know, he's one of the playable characters from Overwatch. All of my friends agree with me on this. We never get tired of watching Winston dance.
Yeah.
It's just, the most entertaining thing in the world.
Oh, and there is one feature I forgot to tell you about in this game. I'll show you in the next round. But each person has 2 health bars. You have your normal bar, and then you have the red bar. Once you get onto your red bar, you can use something called Clash, which initiates a kind of special sequence where you can either deal extra damage if you're the attacker or heal damage if you're the defender. So we can look at that next game.
That is not Jared Leto. I'm gonna play as not Jared Leto and see if I can do any better with him.
I keep forgetting.
Even though
I have played this game a little bit, so my characters have some upgraded stats, so I keep forgetting to switch to unupgraded stats. But
well,
there you go.
I was gonna say a second ago, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to crush you so bad in that first match. I expected that you would have an advantage since you had played a lot more than me. But I guess I'll have to start going easy on you.
Well, you guys didn't see it, but he did beat me in the practice match.
Even though I was playing as the amazing Scarecrow, who I'm assuming, at least it seemed was not extremely difficult to play. And if I just spammed his hook shot basically, then I was unstoppable. I feel like that's what a lot of this game and even the Mortal Kombat games are about. Finding the best things to spam, waiting for the other person to figure out how to stop it, and then finding another thing to spam.
Yeah.
Oh, I can actually hold up my gun.
If any of you guys are actually good at this game, sorry, because neither of us are. So
I
it
feel
might be a little painful for you to watch.
I feel like that's just the unspoken rule for any Let's Play. It's we're probably not going to be as good as you at this.
Yeah.
We're playing this, and it's going to be entertaining because we're bad.
Yeah.
Wait, what are my moves? The only thing I actually remember is the gun. Flying
Look at
gas.
your special move again. Your character power. Each character has a special circle ability, or at least it's circle on
Clown
the PS4.
Sanity. Is that one a clown is extremely sane? Because I think it doesn't really apply to me here.
I think most clowns are really sane. That's
Well,
why they're clowns, right?
It obviously doesn't apply to me because I'm not very sane, so I can just ignore that.
What I just did is called a air escape. If you have 2 power bars and you press R2 and up in the air, it can jump you out of an opponent's combo.
I really don't understand why they would have something that only applies to sane clowns on my move list, but guess I'll just figure out what my circle power does on my own.
Well, there were 3 of them there.
Yeah, and they were all for sane clowns, so they obviously don't apply to me.
Are there sane clowns?
Well, I mean, I personally have never really been
Oh, jeez.
particularly afraid of clowns, but I've also never really... Whoa! That's a move
Afraid
that
of
I want
clowns
to keep
now?
in mind. Well, is Joker even really a clown? I feel like he's in a class all his own. Crap.
He's exactly a clown.
That didn't...
It's okay.
Yeah.
I whiffed my punishment anyway. So.
At least I'm not failing quite as badly this match. At least
Yeah.
I got you on
So
your
you can
second
see now,
bar.
at the top, there's a little icon by level 12. For Batman, it's on the right of level 12, and for Joker, it's on the left. So now, if we are fighting, if I'm hitting you with a combo, you can hold R2 and towards me. You can hold R2 and towards me, and it'll initiate a clash. But the thing is, you don't really want to use a clash unless you have more power bars than the other person.
Yeah, I think I actually remember seeing a message on the loading screen that was like, sometimes it's better to lose a clash so that you can save your burn meter.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what the bar in the bottom right and bottom left are called? Burn meters?
Yes.
Interesting.
I guess, I don't know, I never called them that, but I'm sure that's the official name.
I am trying to use all of my Ha's. I don't know what they do. I'm assuming they'll make me stronger.
I'm trying.
But that's not seeming to... Yeah, this is the end.
Here we go.
I was not very prepared for that. Well, that is not a batarang.
Classic example of something that will definitely kill somebody, but then they'll just get back up in a fighting game.
Get back up and then die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just stay on the ground. I need to get back up and realize what happened to me first.
Alright, I'll play someone I've never played before.
And I'll play as the person who I've had the most luck with so far.
Out of your 3 matches.
Do I have any alternate costumes?
I
Or do I have
think
to
you
level
do,
up?
but we would have to go into the customization screen. I don't know if you want to do that right now or not.
Maybe in the next episode. Because we've got plenty of time. We might as well screw around for now and let me familiarize myself with the controls. Oh yeah, I can join in and pick a city, can't I?
Go to
Or a place.
Scarecrow's Slaughter Swamp.
Well, Scarecrow's Slaughter Swamp does sound interesting, but I think I would rather check out Brainiac's ship. I don't know if that's one of the places that has a stage transition.
Yeah,
It sounds
so the little
interesting.
parentheses there, that means that there are multiple places. So this is the bridge of Brainiac's ship. For Slaughter Swamp, there is no stage transition.
Ah, so it's...
And the way to do transitions is once you get close to one side, one specific side, just depending on the map, an arrow will appear up by the health bar, and it'll be pointing off the screen, and then at that point you hold away and X, and you can charge up an attack. That would knock them off.
I wish I could just screw up the entire story of this game by reaching back, grabbing Brainiac, and just, like, chucking him at you.
Well, I think
Shattering him.
I think you can throw people at Brainiac, and I think he does not like that very much.
Well then.
Yeah, he helps.
Yeah, I think I did that to you earlier in the match.
Yeah, he
Let's
helps
see.
us out a little bit.
What was my hook shot? That was this, right?
I don't know what either of my moves are. Oh, that looks cool.
I want to power it up. That's what I did to you in the practice match, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot in any of the other matches that I could actually power up moves. I need to start trying that more.
Yeah.
Because I remember there were some really cool combinations in the other game, but when we were loading up this game, like this match specifically, and I saw that map Kondak or whatever,
Yep.
it, like, I thought, hey, that sounds a lot like something from Mortal Kombat. And like you said before, this game is made by NetherRealm Studios or whatever, the same people who made Mortal Kombat X.
Yep.
I remember when I was watching a stream of people trying this game, I never saw much of it, but I remember they had mentioned, like, or they had brought up the fact that, like, imagine what it would be like if they made a second Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe with this level of graphics and, like, with this engine. Because it's been ages since one of those games came out, and, like, I feel like that would be crazy.
And they could, because That's pretty much what the two different games are. You have Mortal Kombat X, and then you have Injustice, which is the DC universe.
Do I gotcha?
Do we want to look
Ooh,
at it? Yeah, we can take a
nice.
look at
You
it.
let me do that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to see it. The great part is, that doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, none of this is real. Oh, did you see the tombstones and Bane on it?
Well then, I have no idea what that means since I don't know what any of the story of Batman is, but...
Well, my name is Bane. and
Oh. I completely forgot I was fighting Bane.
Let's see if we can take a look at a stage transition before I win.
Kind of just zoned out and let myself become the Scarecrow.
Oh, never mind, I lost. But this is a stage transition. And it's different depending on the map, obviously. This one,
That was not my hook.
Brainiac controls the entire ship with his mind.
Because he has an exceptionally large brain. Or
Something like that.
an exceptionally strong brain. And that is why he's the sanest of clowns.
He is green. I don't know if that makes him a clown.
It's close enough. I'm sure we can unlock a separate costume for him or something. Is there a Brainiac Joker costume? I could see
Well,
that being a thing.
There are different shaders, and then there are also different pieces of armor you can get. Like, so for Batman, you can see this is the classic Batman, and then I have this, where it changes a few things. And then for Superman, that's the normal Superman. And then we have this, which changes the S and also changes the color scheme.
Ah.
So there are a few different things you can customize.
Ares isn't in this game, is he?
Nope.
He was my main in the last game. Did he die in the story mode or something?
I don't even remember where he came into the story mode. But also Joker is dead, and he only appears in one fight in story mode, and that's because Scarecrow makes Harley Quinn hallucinate. So
Well
I think
then.
they just wanted to keep Joker in the game. They had to find some excuse to have him still in the game.
Well, yeah, I'm noticing quite a few people that weren't in this game that are, and then were in the first game that aren't, which is interesting. Like, well, a lot of them were DLC characters, like Hawk Girl, for example, or Zod.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
I'm gonna go with Robin.
Alright, yeah, Nightwing isn't in this game. Instead we have Robin.
Well, I mean, do we know which Robin this is? Because Nightwing, I believe Nightwing was... So there were 3 Robins, and I remember this because I just watched like a film theory on it the other day about how like the Jared Leto Joker from Suicide Squad and stuff is actually Robin, but that's a whole different conversation for another
Yeah.
episode. But so there are three Robins from like the different stages of Batmanism. And funny thing, this is just a little coincidence to mention, they actually have all become Joker, like become the Joker as a canon part of the comics. But we don't know if that's at all relevant to the movies. But anyway, yeah, do we know which Robin this is? Because it was like Dick Grayson was the second one, I think, and he was the candidate for becoming the Joker in Suicide Squad and everything. And then I think the first one was like Jason Todd, and he was the one who went on to become Nightwing, I believe. And then the third one was irrelevant. I don't remember anything about him. He doesn't exist yet.
Well, we know this one's name is Damian Wayne, Batman's son.
Oh!
And
Well then.
also, I think I was partially wrong about Nightwing being in this game or not, because you do fight against him in story, but
Do I gotcha?
it's the same character as Robin, so maybe this Robin is Nightwing?
Well,
I don't really know how DC story works, so sorry if any of you are diehard fans facepalming right now.
well, I feel like no one can really claim to know everything about all of the different stuff in DC because, like, they're both Marvel and DC. Their thing lately has kind of been like their explanation for all of their plot holes and for all of their differences in comic and movie and stuff is
Multiverse theory.
yeah, the multiverse. Like, that wasn't this world. We get to change the story however we want.
Yeah.
Seems like Captain Cold is like the master of dealing damage over time and like making you take damage no matter wherever you are.
I don't know, I'm kind of just spamming. I've never played him before, and we didn't look at the controls or anything, so I
You're
don't
not.
know what my circle move does either. Oh, it did a big circle. It looks
Yeah, like I
it slows
said.
you down.
He's the master of making you take damage no matter wherever you are. See, can I chuck this at you? Apparently not. Can I chuck anything at you?
We can
So it's
see
like-
the other stage transition.
Well then.
Another
even-
thing is you can use a meter to upgrade your stage transition or your X and away power attack to make it so it's uninterruptible. Because normally people can just hit you with a light attack and it'll cancel it.
Like those unblockable attacks from Soul Calibur.
Exactly.
Well then, guess whichever this is, Jason, Todd, Dick Grayson, or Damien, Dark, Wayne, Dark, whatever. He's dead.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. But anyway, we've been going for about 15 minutes. I couldn't check because my phone wouldn't unlock. But I think that means that, and now I dropped my phone, I think that means that it's time to say next time on Golden Guild Gaming and next time on Guild Wars. We will see you all later. Probably Thursday, because I believe this goes up on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.